The 2026 Honda Accord has a low, wide stance that gives it a European look. But this vehicle's been around for a long time, had great success, and one of the best-selling vehicles in the category. So if you're thinking about a four-door sedan, definitely take a look at the Honda Accord because there are some new things for 2026. The front fascia is clean and mature instead of overly aggressive. The LED lighting in front and rear gives the car a very modern nighttime signature. Behind that large Honda logo that is in the front of all of their vehicles is where they hide a lot of the safety features, which are standard on the Honda lineup. Under the hood of the Accord is a standard 1.5-liter turbocharged four-cylinder engine that puts out 192 horsepower and 192 pound-feet of torque, backed by a CVT transmission. It offers smooth power delivery, and it's quick enough for daily driving and highway merging. Also available, which is our test car, is the hybrid model, and that is stepping up to 204 horsepower combined, delivering noticeably stronger low-end response and quieter operation around town. The Honda Accord is available front-wheel drive only. There is no all-wheel drive option, which may matter for those living in snowy areas like Chicago or Buffalo. Fuel economy for the gas turbo engine is 32 miles to the gallon combined, and for the hybrid engine, it's up to 51 miles to the gallon in the city and 44 on the highway, and that's impressive. Real-world range will exceed 600 miles on a hybrid version, making it one of the best long-distance commuter sedans available. Regular gasoline on all trim levels, that'll save you a few dollars as well. Standard on the Honda Accord is 19-inch alloy wheels, but overall the vehicle is very conservative looking, and that is actually good for resale value. It will not age out like some of the vehicles that you could purchase with unique colors and unique designs, and then when they look old, they just look old. But the Honda Accord always looks timeless, which is part of their great success. Beautifully nice sloping roofline, chrome mixed in with black has made this sportier looking vehicle something that a lot of people are considering. Inside the Honda Accord, it's clean, it's upscale, it's classic, and everything is easy to find and easy to use, which again makes this a very popular car. Upgrades for 2026 include a brand new 9-inch screen for the LX and the SE trim levels, wireless Apple CarPlay, and wireless Android Auto. Wireless charging is also standard on the lower trim levels now, and that is good because ABC, we always want to be charging. Below this center screen, which has all of your multimedia interface, and we'll show you that when we take it for a test drive in a moment, you'll find this honeycomb grille, very nice, very modern and clean. All of your climate controls are here, heated seats as well as a heated steering wheel, and that heated steering wheel button is right here on your steering wheel. Below the wireless charging, which also makes for good storage, you've got a real shifter, which I appreciate, and you've got your drive modes, and behind the drive mode button is an E button. So if you're sitting in a drive-thru or you're waiting for someone, you can run on electric instead of using up the fuel in your gas tank. Behind that is your parking brake and your brake hold, two large cup holders, and inside is a very deep, very large glove box with a 12-volt outlet, which I do appreciate. Some vehicles don't offer that. We're seeing a lot of brands cutting out that 12-volt outlet, and if you need to charge something, that's not very easy to work with. So again, thinking about the customer who wants it and making the vehicle ageless. The seats themselves are very supportive, nice materials. This is not leather. If you want that, you go to the higher trim levels. There is two-way lumbar on the driver's seat, no lumbar, but there is power on the passenger seat. And I keep saying, I wish that the brands would put lumbar on both sides so the driver and the passenger are both equally comfortable. One thing I have to say about the interior of the Accord is the materials are higher quality than you would expect at this price point, and it punches way above its weight, which is, again, part of the reason people love this car. The second row is very roomy, with over 40 cubic feet of leg space. What does that mean? This is one of the roomiest cars in the category. So if you're looking for a four-door sedan, especially with child safety seats, which do have latches on the outboard seating, this is one of the vehicles you want to consider because you'll be able to get your gear in here as well as your kids and two child safety seats. One thing I do like about this nice soft center console, it does have cup holders built in. This is a better choice than having those plastic ones that pop out of the front because they break. So again, Honda's thinking about the longevity of this car and who owns it. In front of you, there is a pocket, two USB-C charge ports, and vents for the second row. When it comes to cargo space, there's a massive 16.7 cubic foot trunk, one of the largest in the midsize sedan segment. It has a wide trunk opening that makes loading luggage, golf clubs, camera gear, whatever it is, when you go to Costco, easier to load it in and put more items in the back. The hybrid battery placement does not reduce cargo space like some of the competitors. In addition, the rear seats do fold down for larger cargo items. Across the back of this sedan, you have LED taillights. The Accord is here, and the hybrid Touring is marked here to let you know that you've got the most fuel-efficient version you can get. Very nice, clean, and modern, and again, very conservative looking. Again, that's good for resale value as well. Let's take this vehicle for a test drive. One thing I really like about the Accord is it is quieter than the previous generations, and I think that's really important. That's partly insulated glass, better insulation in the interior, and just an improvement on the ride quality overall. And we happen to be driving around here in Indianapolis. I came in for the Indy 500. And although it is a race weekend and you see all these racing cars, some of which are Honda powered, you may not realize this, but all that technology that comes out of those race cars is used for these street cars, whether that be making it quieter, making it have better control, and some of that hybrid technology, it comes from race cars. So as they learn on the track, they can utilize that content, that technology, and add it to the street cars, which makes them better vehicles overall. A lot of brands are doing that. It's not just Honda. Ford is doing it, Chevrolet is doing it. A lot of brands are doing that because it's great use of technology. Your engineers, your designers, everything is involved in making these cars comes from somewhere. And so they test it on the track and then they apply it to the street cars. Smart idea. They've been doing that for a long time. We used to say, race on Sunday, sell on Monday. Well, guess what? That still applies. So for 2026, we have a larger center screen that has Google Maps, which is really nice as we're driving around Indianapolis. But if beyond that, you've got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, you've got Bose Audio. So you have really nice quality audio system, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and you get all of the Google Assist systems. All of that is here in your center screen, which is larger. I do like the design on the ventilation. It used to be a honeycomb. Now they've gone to a more metal look, which is clean and modern. And again, very classic. This whole vehicle is about utilization down the road, making this a classic vehicle that you can own 10 years from now when it won't look dated. Below that is climate control with heated and vented seats in our hybrid touring. Very nice. Nothing like having hot cross buns, as I say, for the winter, and vented seats for the summer. Heated steering wheel as well, like I stated earlier. Below that, 2 USB-C charge ports, wireless charging that is now standard on the lower trim levels, 2 cup holders, a nice shifter, and then you've got your drive modes. Are you going to use them? You'll probably just leave it in normal most of the time, but you've got sport, individual, which allow you to make some setting changes. Then you've got normal, which changes here in the center screen, and eco. So you can pick your different settings. Very nicely done. Again, most are going to leave it normal. Unless you're on the highway, then you probably want to put it into eco. There is also a head-up display in this car, which I personally like. Some people don't. I do like it. You've got satellite radio. Everything is here. All the information you would need. One of the things I do like is this power flow. It shows when you're on the hybrid side of the motor and you're also using the gas. And what you'll find is you can get like 600 miles of range on this car. This says 415. Again, depends how you're driving it. I'm like the second or third journalist to get in this car. And some of them are a little more aggressive than others. So we have to kind of calculate that in. If I was to drive a full tank, I'm sure I could get better fuel economy. All the gauges in front of you are digital. It's really, really a nice looking car. We do drive a lot of different vehicles. Some I like the way they laid it out, and others I don't. I think they did a really nice job. And like I said, the reliability, the dependability of owning a Honda is what sells them and why this has been such a big seller for the brand. And I was talking to some of the internals at Honda, and they say they're typically the #1 selling sedan. And that explains why. Now remember, their direct competitor is the Toyota Camry. So they're also fighting for that same clientele. So once you buy a sedan, if you are a sedan owner, and sedans are becoming more popular, this is one of those things that people look for, is something that is reliable, it will last a long time, low insurance costs, low maintenance. And this is where the Honda Accord definitely shines. So we are in some rough roads, and there are rough roads all around this country. It's not just Indianapolis. It's not just Buffalo, Chicago, Michigan, California, you pick it. It seems like every state has rough roads. But one thing I can tell you is it does a great job absorbing it. It's 19-inch wheels, so you're not going to have like these low-profile tires, which is going to give you a rougher ride. So this vehicle has been thought out. Who's using it? Who's driving it? And its longevity. And part of this vehicle's success is the comfortable ride, the quiet ride, and it's much improved over the previous generation. Easy to drive, great visibility, seats are adjustable so you can set it the way you want, the brakes are well balanced, just everything about this car is easy to drive. If you have a new driver in your house, this is a car you want to learn on. It gives you confidence, and I think that's really, really important when you're driving anything. But the Accord is one of those vehicles you go, I get it, I know it, everyone knows it, they know what you're getting. but I will tell you, they've gotten bigger over time. I remember when the Accord first came out, it was this little teeny car. It's not a little teeny car anymore. It is a nice four-door sedan that gives you plenty of room and storage, and that sort of found its sweet spot. And much like its competitors, I know Kia has the K4, Hyundai has competitors as well, and then you can go into the German brands if you want to spend a lot more money. And I think what you're getting is your best value here. And that's one of the successes with the Honda Accord and why it's so popular. Don't forget to check out all the competitors. We've driven them all on our Car Smarts channel. If you're looking for more car news, check out Car Coach Reports and The Drive with Lauren and Carl, which is our radio show. It's syndicated coast to coast, but if you want to see it, you can check it out on podcast platform as well as our YouTube channel, The Drive Car Show. Let's talk about the price and my overall views of the 2026 Honda Accord. The main competitor for the Honda Accord is the Toyota Camry. There are not a lot of competitors in this category. Of course, Hyundai offers something and Kia does, and then you can go to the German brands and you will spend a lot more money. Speaking of price, the 2026 Honda Accord starts at $28,395. That'll get you into the base LX trim, and it climbs up to $39,495. Our touring hybrid, fully loaded with all the options, will come in at $40,645. Now that is actually a good price in this category because you're getting a lot of value for your money. The 2026 Honda Accord is one of the best values in the category. It has great reliability, excellent fuel economy, gigantic cargo space and passenger space for this category, and it's comfortable on the road. So overall, the 2026 Honda Accord is something you should take for a test drive if you're looking for a four-door sedan. If you'd like to support our channel, you can buy me a cup of coffee. That link is down below with all my social media and more details on the 2026 Honda Accord. I'm Lauren Fix. Thanks so much for watching.